Welcome back to All About the Game here on Mike Drop Sports, and I'm your host, Jason. We're here again from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, here at the beach house. I'm in the little tiki bar right now, so pardon my background. I just wanted to get on here for a little bit of a quick episode, and I wanted to speak about one of the receivers that the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted last season that we really haven't got to see so far in any type of game action or really that much, frankly, at all. We haven't got to see him really do anything due to that foot injury that he had last year, and that is Calvin Austin III. And I've been seeing a lot of rumors of a lot of different media outlets, a lot of different Steelers talk channels here on YouTube talking about how Calvin Austin isn't going to make that 53-man roster. He has the potential to get cut. Everybody has the potential to get cut. But however, Calvin Austin is not going to be getting cut by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I can almost certainly guarantee that, at least here as we sit right now, here ahead of the first preseason game. In my mind, that is not going to happen. The Steelers, one, know that 4.2 speed doesn't just fall off the tree, man, and you don't have an abundance of 4.2 speed on your roster. And for sure, Calvin Austin III is going to get the chance to put that 4.2 speed on display, and his ability to run great routes and his ability to draw attention from the defense with his ability to blow the top off the defense and things of that nature, to loosen up that defense for other players, to create that one-on-one for other people like George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Allen Robinson. Yes, there are players similar to Calvin on the roster in terms of could apply great things to the run or to the return game. Could apply great things to the little short screen passes to get somebody out there to be able to use their shifty athleticism to be able to make and break off big plays. But there's nobody quite like Calvin with that ability to be able to blow the top completely off a defense with speed, and that is going to require a defense to be able to have to put somebody over the top to be able to help with Calvin Austin. And that is going to make for one-on-one matchups for the Pittsburgh Steelers, in my opinion, anyway. Whenever you're having to use a safety or using the different defensive back to help with the coverage of Calvin Austin, just due to his speed, forget the route running, forget the hands. You gotta guard him, so you can't just leave him out there, and you can't cover him usually with one guy, considering his speed. So you're gonna have to put somebody over the top to help him out, typically anyway. So I know Gunnar Olszewski. He's had a great camp so far, and he's been looking good for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. But Gunnar, yeah, I think he'll make the roster also. But I think Calvin Austin III provides something different, and that is the 4.2 speed. And you cannot just teach that. That is an unteachable trait. Like we talked in yesterday's quick episode that we did, Kenny Pickett has those unteachable intangibles. Those are what you're looking for in some of these players. And you have to give them a chance to develop those talents on the football field in an NFL environment for them to do well. It's just what has to happen. You have to look for those unteachable traits in players. That's how you really see what you got. There's lots of guys that can be good and be decent, but there's very few that have some special unteachable abilities, and you have to really look out for that. I feel like if you're in the scouting department, if you're a head coach, general manager, I think you really need to look out for those types of traits when you're trying to evaluate people and players. And I think the Steelers do a great job at that, and I think they find Steelers type players that have abilities that others may not have, that you just can't gain by going out on the practice field. A great attitude, just different things of unteachable speed, an ability to lead, an ability to be able to follow direction, things of that nature that may sound simple to all of us, however, aren't real simple. And a lot of people don't possess those things. But we had seen too Calvin Austin have a bunch of drops here in as of late at camp. But I want to remind you all that we've seen Deontay Johnson go through periods of having butterfingers and not being able to catch the football at times and dropping it in big moments and running backwards in big moments and those types of things. But they are able to be fixed. And with work on those types of things, you can make them better. And that just becomes a more situational aware type feel. Catch the damn football. Maybe your nerves are getting you. Maybe, hey, you've had a hangover from that injury and you're just, you know, thinking too much about protecting yourself so you don't get injured again and you're not focusing on catching the football. Things of that nature, things that could be fixed very simply. We don't know. We don't know the inner workings because we're not there. And nobody really truly knows the interdynamics of what's going on with certain players. So we have to wait and see. And I think the Steelers are a more than patient, a more than fair organization when it comes to allowing players to develop, giving them time, and not just writing them off the minute that they aren't doing exactly what they want or what they think they should be doing. You look at these other franchises that just totally wash out people really quickly and not give anybody any time to develop. And you see that in their win loss record. They're not able to win Super Bowls. They're not able to make the playoffs on a consistent basis. And you can just see the continuity, the chemistry inside their organization is never one, which fosters a winning environment. And you can see it, and it's very easy to see. And people may turn a blind eye to it, but it's very true. You look at people in their own division, in the Steelers division. Look at the Cleveland Browns. They go through quarterbacks like crazy. They go through head coaches like crazy, skill position players like crazy. It's just you never give a team any time to gain continuity and gain that chemistry. You just they don't do it. And that's just one example. And maybe they've been a little bit better as of late by keeping Stefanski and things like that. Maybe they're learning, hey, let's watch some of these other teams that have success on a consistent basis and look at what they do. They're patient and they let players develop and they look at those players from a different angle. They look at them in terms of, do they have the skill set we want as a team and what we're trying to build as an organization. And hey, look for those unteachable traits. And I just wanted to just bring this up to everybody's attention today. And I've been seeing it and it's been burning my ass about, hey, Calvin Austin ain't gonna make the team. Calvin Austin could get cut. Blah blah blah. He's having a bad game. Relax, folks. Calvin Austin will make the 53-man roster for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Calvin Austin should develop into a quality wideout and an exciting player to watch on Sundays. And I just want to make sure everybody remembers that Calvin Austin will be on this football team, barring another injury, barring some crazy things. But as it sits today, one day ahead of the first preseason game, in which I think you'll see Calvin Austin have a nice outing tomorrow night. I think that Calvin Austin will maintain his position, will maintain his spot on this 53-man roster, and I think he'll be there, and I think he'll pay big dividends for the Pittsburgh Steelers here in 2023. Thanks for watching All About the Game here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason, and keep coming back for all your Steelers news, talk, everything Steelers. We'll keep putting things out, and we'll keep trying to make great content for you guys in a practical sense and not so much of the big box media type thing. So keep on watching us. We appreciate you guys and keep on watching Mike Drop Sports and All About the Game.